So today we are going to discuss about how to we create relationship fields in Salesforce. So for that I have taken the two objects. One is a book, another one is author. So book will be the child and author will be the parent. So why am I considering this book will be the child, and we have to check why you are considering this one also. So book will be the child because a author can create multiple books. Suppose let's say Mark as an author who is a good knowledge in statistics will create the basics one level. Advanced is a one book. In that way, he can segregate multiple segments of the same statistics, and he can create three, four books. So in the way, single I'm assuming a single book cannot be created by multiple, cannot be written by a multiple authors. Let's assume that way. So before that, why is the need of this relationship? So we can create a single object and we can put all these details in a single object, right? So what happens when we create an object in Salesforce, in the background, database level, there will be created tables, right? The database server. So those tables will allow us only 1024 columns. So let's make it as an Excel sheet. Uh, there will be columns and there will be rows. In database level, we have only 1024 columns, and records we can create a multiple number of records. And even the performance issue also comes if you create multiple number of fields. Suppose if you want to delete or update or insert any records. So for updating, we'll getting multiple. Suppose we are updating a 10,000 records, it will take longer time and will give performance issues there, and we will have a duplicate data also available. Suppose we have let's say there is a hospital and there are some contact persons in the hospital and they have multiple contact details. It's a single hospital but have multiple contacts. What we have to do? We have to create multiple records for multiple contacts with all the fields of hospital name, address, details, locations, and Google everything. Instead of creating a hospital record and their contacts records and connect these two records which are associated with each other, it's the same way. So that's why we use these relationships which will create connect two objects. So there are total six types of relationships in Salesforce. One is a lookup, master details, external object lookup relationship, hierarchical relationship, and many to many relationships, and one to one relationship. So first three, lookup, master detail, and external field lookups we can create using this field and relationships section. So here we have lookup, master details, and external lookup. Let's check out for a lookup relationship. So and we have to know where we should create this field, whether we want to create it in order, whether we have to create it on book. So what happens? We have to create that field in child. So child always looking up to the parent. Like a book can be assigned to the suppose there are book 1, book 2, book 3. So book 1 is associated with one of the user and book 2 is associated with the same user. So a user can be have multiple books, and this lookup relationships are like one to many relationships. So a single parent can have multiple children. So let's create lookup relationship. Let's go to the fields and all. So I already created a lookup author. So let's click on edit. I'll go through the what we have done there. So we're giving author name, field name. So I'm clicking on this, unchecking this required field. Okay. Initially we'll make it as not required. And click on save. Yeah. Now go to the books. So in this way this lookup relationships is created. So we'll do have some observations in lookup relationships. Lookup relationship provides the one-to-many associations along the two objects by default. That is one parent and many children, like one author and more or too many books. While creating the child record, lookup field is an optional by default. So we put it as an optional. So when we're creating a child record, this author is optional. Let's create a book 9. The context is because I made it as a mandatory, that's why I'm giving value. It is not mandatory. So click on save. So this book 9 is greater. Now I'm giving updating it value where we have mark. So there is a one author in the author record. There is a mark. Let's create one more author. Let's say Prabhu. I'm just giving a name. I'm not giving any other details. So there are two authors. A total 9 books. So I'm giving assigning this to mark. Okay. So next the reparenting option. Suppose we have this book 8 is assigned to mark. So I want to change this from mark to Prabhu. I can change it. As a reparenting option is available. Once also after deleting a parent record. So this Prabhu is assigned to this book 8. So I want to delete this Prabhu record. Your attempt to delete the Prabhu couldn't complete because it associates the following book 8. One second, because we made it this order as not required. That required. No, it is not required. Then it doesn't show this uh, book 8 is associated with this because we made it as not required. So let's delete this one once again. Why it is showing? Because I made it required before and I changed it to not required. Doesn't mean it should. I think it should be updated. This should get deleted. When we are keeping is at required, then only it will show that message, not this object. Then we are keeping this kept this relationship field as wait a second. It's another object. Sorry. If you keep this checkbox as always field value, then only it has to show that message while deleting this author record. Because maybe it is not updated yet, but Salesforce will take some time to update this because previously it is a required field, that's why it is showing. So when we make that author field as a required, then it will show that message. If you don't make it as unrequired, it will delete the uh, parent record, and this child record will not be deleted. This value will be removed from here. So that will happens identically. And we can create more total 40 lookup relationships in between two objects, and both and child have owner fields because the child records are not dependent upon the parent, and we can give a separate sharing section and security settings for each other, and we can make parent and child both standard and custom objects. Suppose a parent can standard object can be a parent and child, and a custom object can be a parent and child, and vice versa. And we cannot apply this roll up summary fields to this lookup relationship. Go to the book, click on new. See, this roll up is disabled. We cannot do because it's a lookup relationship. It is available for only master detail relationship. Okay, let's try this provo deletion once again. I think it's not updated yet. Mm, yeah, try these things. And if you felt any difficulties, please comment your questions or anything. So I'll get back to you and we will discuss this and we'll get more knowledge on this. Thank you.